Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com, where you can get all your sex information, improve your sex life. Millions of people have, and you should join too. You should become a Friends with Benefits member is what you should do. So you can receive 4 shows a week of Sex with Emily. And I'll answer your emails right away. If you're a Friends with Benefits member, your emails go right to the top. We get hundreds of emails, thousands of emails from listeners. And I'm your personal sex coach when you become a Friends with Benefits member. But we love all of our listeners. And happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How you doing, man?
I was just laughing a little bit because every time you don't hear yourself loudly, you talk quietly. Like you bring it the level down even more.
Must we discuss technical issues every day?
Yes.
Oh, I hate when you roll your eyes at me.
So the listeners know what's going on. That's
I understand.
Why.
I understand, Menace.
I must explain it and laugh.
Ha ha ha.
That's my favorite.
It's hilarious.
What's going on?
Nothing. Well, today's show, I'm very excited. We have David Misnay. He's the author of, not the author, he has a website called divorcedatingtips.com. And it helps men, and I guess women can learn from this too, but it's mostly geared towards men getting back into the dating pool after they've been single for a while, been divorced for a while, and now they're single, and they don't know how to like negotiate and get into the dating pool again. So he has really great tips because we get a lot of emails from listeners who are like, I've been with one woman for the last 20 years. What do I do now? So he's got a really robust DVD series that he sells. You can also stream it online, and we're going to talk about that shortly.
Do you have a subdomain of shareyourmisery.com? No, you should pick that one up.
Yeah.
GoDaddy, $9.
Exactly. How you doing, Menace?
I'm good.
What's
I had a wonderful weekend in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Anaheim, I guess.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I got to go to that thing that I was talking about. A lot of listeners from the Sex with Emily show followed me online and saw all my photos from Club 33. And if you didn't hear before, Club 33 is this private club at Disneyland where you get to go to this restaurant / bar, and it's not open to the public. And it has, I mean, if you want to try to become a member, you have to wait 14 years.
Wow.
And it was amazing.
You're so VIP.
I'm so VIP. I had the best steak in my life at this place. It was so good, and it was such a fun experience.
Did they treat you to dinner, or did you have to buy dinner?
Oh, we all paid.
Right. Okay.
The bill was like $450.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah, it was really.
Did you get arrested this time?
I did not get arrested.
Oh, I thought you were going to get arrested. I thought it'd be a good story.
I paced myself really well.
That's good, except for you called me drunk on Saturday night.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of my friends that I was with, this guy, he's a giant. He's like 6'2", 6'3", or something like that. And I was, me, I'm always checking my Instagram, and we were at the Tiki Bar,
right,
at the Disneyland Hotel, just drinking, and our intern was drinking a 40 on Instagram, and he's like,
Kelsey, my assistant, yeah.
He's like, who's that chick, blah, blah, ask her if she wants the D. So I called you to get her number.
And what's the D means? Does she want the D, my dick?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I wasn't clear on that. I'm sorry, I didn't know the lingo of you kids today.
Yeah,
I was like, no, I'm not giving you Kelsey's number. And then I did.
was like, just give it to me.
Just give it to me.
Just give it to me.
I'm like, she's got a boyfriend, whatever, just give it to me. I'm like, you going to get arrested? You're like, I might.
That's how I roll.
That was hilarious. And then you called me again, but I didn't answer.
Yeah.
So I was watching a movie.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
It was an amazing weekend.
That's
and
good.
It was one of the best weekends I've ever had.
Oh my God, I love it. I know my Instagram was blowing up with all your shit.
I know. What were you doing?
I was watching a movie. You know what movie I watched, but I had never seen? Closer. Did you ever see that with Natalie Portman, Julia Roberts, Clive Owen, and what's his face who cheated on what's her name? What's his name who cheated on Sienna Miller?
Don't know.
What the hell's his name?
He's
hot.
Never even heard of the movie.
Right,
but
exactly.
I do like
it's good.
Natalie
It's from
Portman.
like 5 years ago. It was hot. She's like a stripper. Plays. It was super. It's very disturbing because they all cheat on each other.
Yeah.
And
which you would totally be into.
I know, but it made me feel bad about my cheating past. So I actually was like relating and then repulsed and relating and then repulsed.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a deep psychological torture, but it was a really good movie. And I did that, and I watched movies, and I watched what else did I do? I watched a lot of Bethany. I've been kind of watching a lot of her lately. I'm not in love with her.
Why?
I don't find her a little annoying. A little whiny.
Why?
I don't know, just a little bit.
She's funny.
I know,
She
kinda
just makes
funny.
fun of things.
I
She's
know.
not whining.
A little bit. So I was watching that, and then I tried to watch the Academy Awards last night, which were painfully boring. Billy Crystal, please, like so boring.
I just learned something right before the show.
What?
I thought the Academy Awards and the Oscars were two different things.
Yeah, you just learned that.
I just
You've been in
learned that.
media for how many years?
Yeah. You mentioned, oh yeah, did you watch the Academy Awards? And I was like, wasn't that the Oscars?
Yeah,
And
same. I know it's confusing. I understand.
I didn't get to see it, but I was watching clips. I was in the car on the
And everyone
5.
was like live tweeting about it.
I hate live tweeting, by the way, but so I unfollow those people. But like the news sites will like post video clips.
Right,
So
exactly.
I was watching it, and Sacha Baron Cohen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
With Ryan Seacrest. That's
Yeah, what
like,
did he do? He poured ashes on him or something?
Yeah, it was like one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, but
You
everyone's talking
haven't?
about it.
Oh my god!
I know it's like everywhere, but I didn't have time. I've been like prepping for the show and doing other things.
Yeah.
But I had a dream. So Christopher Plummer, do you know who he is? He probably wouldn't. And he won Best Supporting Actor. And he is. Do you ever see the movie Sound of Music?
The Sound of Music? No.
Years ago.
I know of it.
It came out like in 30 years, like with Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
And he played the father, and it's all about like, the orphan family. And in Austria, like his family's not orphaned. Sorry, his wife dies, and then not Julie Roberts, Julie Andrews. Did I say Julie Roberts? Julie Andrews comes in, she becomes a nanny, and they sing like "Climb every mountain." Follow it. Anyway, it's my favorite movie of all times. And Christopher Plummer, he's like 82 when he won Best Supporting Actor. He's never won it before. I had a dream that I kissed him last night.
Wow.
And I told him that my favorite movie was Sound of Music, and it was really disturbing that I kissed him. But I loved him. It was my favorite movie. So that was my highlight that he won.
So you really...
I wanted him to get up and sing, "I am 16, going on 17. Do you know any of these songs?
No.
Okay.
But
Forget it. I won't sing
did
that.
get to touch a table that was in Mary Poppins. That was very exciting.
Cool.
It
That's
sounds very
exciting.
Mary Poppins.
Sounds like a good time.
What you're explaining right now.
It is very Mary Poppins. Like I can't believe it's my favorite movie. But when I was younger,
But I think there's something deep in that dream where you're like, maybe you're into like really old guys.
yeah, maybe I want like 82-year-olds. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I've been fishing in the wrong pond.
Maybe you have.
I don't know, but I
know
like
how
made
many-
out with Christopher Plummer.
You know
and he
how-
wanted to have a threesome. It was weird. It was a totally effed up dream.
You know, they have a lot of life experience. They can probably show you a couple things.
Yeah, exactly. He's old and he thanked his wife profusely and cried. I mean, like he's married and whatever, but I don't know why I had that dream. It was disturbing. I just wanted to share it.
Okay.
I got to tell you about our sponsors, Adam and Eve. is awesome. You can buy any sex toy, any porn you want, lingerie. They've got thousands and thousands of items on their website. You get 50% off most items, free shipping, and a free mystery gift item, plus the Kim Kardashian sex DVD. They will throw that in the Kim Kardashian DVD. So please check them out. We love Adam and Eve, and we love you too. We want you to have better sex.
We also love Stitcher. We're at the Stitcher Studios right now. You can download the app. I did that many years ago, but
Right.
over the weekend I used it and I played some old shows for people to listen to and stuff
Our
like that.
shows?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
you
they
just
like
download.
'em?
Yeah, you just download the app. It's free. They're not our sponsor. We just hang out at their studios, and you just type in "Sex with Emily" and it streams right.
Did people like our show?
Yeah, they enjoyed it.
People like us.
We listened to it in the car. Yeah.
And we're going to be on Playboy Radio this Friday night. So if you've got Sirius
know.
XM, we're going to be on at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern. And and we're also
Yeah.
going to be on Extreme Talk 165 at 6 o'clock. We're like taking over Sirius XM this weekend.
I know. And then also what's cool, we just got to figure out, but we're going to have live calls. I know a lot of people, we record the show during the day, you're
Right.
working, you can't call in, but it's going to be at night and you have no excuse.
No excuse not to call at 7 o'clock. We'll give you more information as the week goes on. So I have the results of our latest poll, and I have to say I was quite shocked.
What was the poll again?
Okay. How do you
Oh,
take
my
care
God.
of your hair down there? What?
I'm glad because I just remembered I had such the great conversation about hair down there.
About pubic
over the
hair?
weekend.
Okay, fill me in after I read the results. Okay, how do you take care of your hair down there? This is related because last week we did a whole show about grooming, what the trends in grooming, what people like, what they don't like. You can check that show out. So, okay, here's what people felt. 4% said, wait, people do that. 11% said pubic pattern. They like a landing strip, so they like a little hair. Only 15% said au naturel. Oh, no. I guess that's not surprising. I had this wrong. Forget it.
I was like,
No. This is what was surprising. Au naturel. So 15% though want a bush,
Yeah.
which is fine. 25% said boldly bald. Nothing. And 45% wanted it trimmed and tasteful. That's what was surprising. Is that I thought boldly bald with nothing would win, but 45%, almost half the people wanted a little trimmed. They wanted it a little hair.
a little
I think
something,
times are
something.
changing.
Yeah,
Times they are changing.
while I was drunk at the Tiki Bar at the Disneyland Hotel, which you should, if you're down there, always go to. It
Okay,
is
it's on
amazing.
my
It's
list.
called Trader Sam's. I know there's like restaurants out there called Trader
Right.
Sam's, but the name of the spot is called Trader Sam's. I was there with there was 3 women and 7 guys, right? We're all talking. Then I don't know why, but the whole thing came up about trimming down there, and the girls are like, "Well, what do you guys prefer?"
Right.
You know. And all of us were like, "Oh, maybe a little bit down there, but that's
Right.
about it." And these girls seemed shocked about that.
What'd they think?
That guys thought that way, like, "Oh, this is like what we prefer." It's like nothing, or just like maybe a landing strip.
And
that's
what did
about
they
it.
think?
They
The
think,
women,
like-
what were they
well, they
expecting
think-
you to say?
They're thinking guys are guys that don't really care that much.
Oh, they were
But-
surprised he was a strong opinion about
yeah,
it.
that we were very passionate about
Either no
cutting
hair
it.
or
Yeah.
trimmed and tasteful, like our
Yeah.
people say. That's funny. It's a good topic of conversation. Anytime that you're sitting around a dinner table and it gets dull, just bring up grooming down there.
I know.
People love it.
Especially
a
when
good
you're
topic.
intoxicated off like crazy glowing drinks and stuff like
Glowing drinks. Does your insides glow after you drink it?
that. No.
That'd be really cool. They
Yeah.
should invent that.
They should.
They probably do. They
I saw
probably have it.
a glow in the dark toilet, which I thought was an amazing invention. I don't know.
It's
know
just so
why.
you don't miss a toilet.
Yeah, I'm like, why wasn't this around before?
I don't know. You could just put glow sticks around your toilet
Yeah.
too if you wanted to.
Yeah, it seems like too much work for
A little
me.
bit cheesy. I know. I'm not going to do that, but it's a good thing. So we've got a little bit of sex in the news for you here today. The history's worst Oscars is what the news has been saying. This year's Academy Awards were the most boring in modern history. Apparently, host Billy Crystal's hearing aids were causing some sort of feedback sound, and it was an annoying glitch. He started off the show just like he did in previous times, and he does a tape segment where he inserts himself. It was so like inserts himself into the movies, into the best, and he had Justin Bieber, and he's like, I'm trying to get the 18 to 24 audience. Like, it wasn't that funny though. Like, Billy Crystal is not. I admit that, like, in his day, like comedic genius. But you come back every year; it's his 9th time hosting, and he's the same jokes. It was so lame.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I got to give him some credit. They didn't have that much time to prepare with him because it was supposed to be Eddie Murphy. You know that, right?
No, what happened with Eddie Murphy?
Well, the producer of the Oscars made like a gay slur in an interview, and the producer of the Oscars also did like Tower Heist or something, some movie that they just did together. So the producer like backed down. So then Eddie Murphy backed down. So then that's why they got Billy Crystal.
Oh my God. They're like, who can we find? And they're like, find him in the like geriatric home. No, I'm kidding. He's not that old. But still, that's mean, right?
A little mean. Yeah.
Well, he kept making old jokes and like, it was just not funny. It was depressing. I really turned the channel and watched other stuff. So,
but
I mean,
the Sacha Baron Cohen thing, which you said that you have not seen. We
I know
talked about it before
the
show.
gist. He spilled some ashes.
He dressed up as a dictator, and he was carrying around Kim Jong Il's ashes, and he was doing an interview with Ryan Seacrest. And during the interview, he spilled the ashes all over
On
Ryan
purpose,
Seacrest.
though?
Yes,
Okay.
all over Ryan Seacrest in his tuxedo, and you can just see that Ryan Seacrest was pissed, but he didn't lose it because it was live television.
Right.
And it was pretty hilarious.
Well, I saw the wrap up later. Ryan Seacrest came back to like the red carpet desk with Julia, what's her name?
Jillian,
and Kelly Osbourne, who's so annoying, and she's also doing the red carpet.
Kelly, because she's
pink
on
hair. Why? Who cares?
Because she's on a fashion television
whatever.
show.
It's
That's
stupid.
why.
So anyway, he was like, "Oh yeah, so here's what happened." He was like playing it cool. He's like, "It was really funny, and at least I always have a second jacket with me because I come prepared for the Oscars in case I spill anything." And he made it seem like it was hilarious. But at the moment, if you watch it, he's annoyed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely annoyed.
So he says that he was
You
down.
guys have to look it up on YouTube.
The dictator.
Yeah.
Let's look it up. Okay, so also the new survey, Americans prefer brains over beauty. I don't know if I believe this, but George Clooney did not win the Academy Award, but remains the darling of Americans young and old, according to a new survey released today by Smart USA. Turns out Americans rank brains far higher than beauty or brawn, and also agree that less is more in terms of conspicuous consumption.
The Academy Awards is not the general public voting, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
no,
a bunch of,
it's a bunch of old, it's a bunch of white
a bunch
men.
of old uppity people.
It's a bunch
So
of white
of
men.
course, that's not accurate. I
No,
think.
but it's not the Academy Awards vote. It's a different people that polled it. And they're saying that, like, contrary to what you might think, the Academy Awards, all this glamour, that they want George Clooney, they're saying that they think that George Clooney and Reese Witherspoon would make greater partners over Megan Fox or Alex Rodriguez just because they're good looking. I'm glad to hear that we like brains over beauty.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of men agree with that.
He
but
didn't win the Academy Award? Who
George
got
Clooney?
it? Do you know?
Yeah, I do know who got it. Best actor, Jean Dujardin from The Artist.
Oh, God.
Did you see it?
No, I don't
You
need
never
to see
will?
it, though.
Why?
Because it's just cool to like it. That's why.
No, I think it was a great artistically acclaimed film, which I did not see. I didn't see any of the movies except for Monster.
I don't need to watch it because
whatever it's
everyone's
called. Moneyball.
just thinking it's cool. That's why.
No, Menace, get over it. It's a really good movie, I think. I want to see
think.
it.
You don't
I haven't
know.
seen it, but I think I
Because
really
all your
like it.
cool friends think it's cool.
Yeah, my friends are cool. On contrary to your friends.
Okay.
1 in 10 couples sleep in separate beds for a better sex life. It's a new study.
That happens on the Kardashians with Scott and Kourtney Kardashian.
Right. 1/10 of couples who live with each other sleep in separate beds, and with a fifth do so for a better sex life, a study has found. While the most common reason for separate beds was excessive, snoring volume was 24%. Other reasons included leading it to getting better sleep, 23%, and better sex, 19%, while others said it's because of arguments. But the study showed that 77% of people found it strange that couples don't share the bed every night. But 57% stated that if they argue with their partner, they would sleep in separate beds. But if it helps improve people's sex life, they don't say why. I guess it's just the distance. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe every night you're together and you're like, oh, really? We're in bed. We're reading books. We're not having sex anymore. I could see if it's really helping your sex life, then I don't see a problem with that. But I love the cuddling and the sleeping with someone.
Yeah, but I totally understand the snoring thing now. Holy crap. Over the weekend, my buddy.
It's the worst.
It's the loudest snorer ever that I ever encountered in my life.
Yeah, that's annoying. I can't date a guy like that.
We were in a giant hotel room, right? So I decided, you know what? I have to go to the other side of the room. We had like this little like hallway, and then it went into like another small room. I went all the way down to the hallway and slept on the floor in the other room, and it was still so loud that I could not go back.
You got to
sleep.
travel with earplugs. That's annoying. Like, I can't sleep with someone who snores. It makes me crazy.
Apparently, I snore. I don't know that, but I guess it's not that bad.
Right.
But I should you should try the nose thing. They have
those things that separate your nose. Yeah, do that.
Do they really work?
I think they do work. Yeah,
because you don't know you're sleeping.
Exactly, true. But if someone's snoring, I can't fall asleep. It makes me crazy. I'll kick him out of my bed and tell him, send him home. Here's $10 for a cab. Seriously, it makes me friggin' insane.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some emails.
What do
You can
got?
always email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. We love getting your emails. We love hearing from you. And you can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, Sex with Emily. And you can follow White Menace and all those places at White Menace.
Yeah. Do Instagram. It's my favorite.
I know. You were like a little too much with the Instagram, though.
Oh, it didn't?
Yeah, you do a little.
No, it just seems because you don't follow that many people, so all you see is my photos.
Yeah, I'm like, really, Menace again? This is what you had for breakfast and lunch and dinner? Do I care?
You just don't follow enough people. That's why. It just seems that I post a lot.
You
That's
do
all.
post a lot.
No.
Oh.
Like what? I had 6 photos for almost the entire weekend.
Okay. Got it.
Maybe some late night ones.
It's fine. I mean, I appreciate you, Menace, and I like your photos. I'm just saying there's a lot of them. But, you take great pictures and they're interesting and you like people like you. Okay. I think we're just going to read, since our guest is so interesting, he has so much to say today, I'm just going to read the email that is relating to your topic and then we're going to get into you.
Okay, cool.
David. Okay. Dear Emily, life after divorce. I'm a newish listener and a new Friends with Benefits subscriber. Love the show and love you and Menace's banter back and forth. My question, I'm 28 years old and recently divorced. It's been over a year since the separation, aka over a year since I've had sex. I've had a couple dates here and there, had some fun, but haven't had sex with anyone since my divorce. To complicate matters more, my ex was the only person I've ever slept with. Now as I re-enter the dating pool, my nerves are racked. I don't know how to bring up my divorce to guys I date. Should I? If so, when and how? I'm afraid being divorced so young will scare guys off. Also, after 7+ years marriage with the same guy and only one sex partner, I'm nervous as hell. I want to have sex, but mentally keep getting in my own way. Any advice on getting past my mental roadblocks and getting back to having fun? The young divorcee. She's from Raleigh, North Carolina, and she's a premium Friends with Benefits member, which is why we're answering her email. So let's pull the camera back. You
Okay.
can watch the show. You can watch and listen to the show. You can always watch video. There's David. Hi, David.
Hi, Emily.
Should we have David moving a little closer?
He's been so quiet.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I was
David
letting you do your thing,
Misnay.
just listening to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So David Misnay has a website called divorcedatingtips.com.
Yes.
And it's mostly geared towards men, right?
It is.
But I think that you could help us answer this question here.
Yeah, this is a great question because it goes to like the heart of the product that I've developed.
Right? We didn't even make it up.
Yeah.
Right. Not that we ever have.
Basically, it's all about like realigning yourself with, getting ready to get back into that dating pool again. Divorce is a terrible thing. You go through all these, hard emotions. You're sad, you're angry, you're insecure. And how do you get back out there? And she's saying she was having a hard time, getting her head in the right space. And, to go to the product, the first chapter is basically all about that. It's about getting back in, getting your head in the right space, moving past the bad emotions, all that's happened to you, and just freeing yourself up so you can date again.
Well, what are some ways that you do that?
What I recommend is putting it down on paper, like making it real.
Yeah, I always say like write down what you want, what you've been through, what your issues are.
Yeah.
Kind of taking like a personal inventory of where you've been, where you want to go, what your future looks like, what kind of person you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say to you, young divorcee, that you are feeling all the normal things that you're supposed to be feeling. And it's okay that you're feeling a little nervous, and it's okay that you are feeling like you're getting in your own way. And we're going to teach you today how to get out of your own way. Because you spelled this out completely. Like so many people could relate. This could come from so many different people who are divorced. I think they all experience it. So we hear from men and women who are like, I don't even remember how to kiss someone new. I've been with one person for 20 years. Like, how do you have sex with someone else? How do you open up again? And so let's get into that now. Let's get into your product. Okay. So, it's divorcedatingtips.com. And okay, the mission is offer divorced men who haven't been in the game a while an opportunity to get back in the saddle with as little of a learning curve as possible. You aim to educate and assist in becoming a successful online dater without having to learn the hard way. So you really focus on online dating.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it today. I mean, if you don't have time, if you're divorced, you have kids, it's a great way to meet women.
Really? So you don't even talk about like how to approach a woman at the grocery store?
I do talk a little bit about part of like building that sexual energy up and getting back in the right headspace is, smiling at women you might see throughout your day. Don't be creepy.
No, don't be creepy, smile.
No creepy smile, but smile, get that smile back, and that helps to build and kind of bring out that confidence again and get you back into that.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
But
so when do you think people should start dating after divorce? Is there like a should? Is there a time that they should wait?
That's real individual. I mean, that's how, depending on how you feel. And
Say the next day.
I say get on.
Yeah,
get
throw
out.
them in the gutter and get another, as they say.
Throw them in the gutter. Got to get under to get over.
Yeah. Yeah, I was always like hesitant about online dating, like actual dating websites. But I keep on meeting more and more people because it's so common these days. Like, I'll go, wow, you're not a weirdo at all. You're cool. And I actually met like this amazing woman over the weekend who was part of the group of people that I was with. And she is a lawyer, like super hot, right? And just got engaged. They met on OkCupid. And her fiance is a rocket scientist. Like, these people, like, is like a power couple already, you know? And just through online dating. Before that, I was just like, oh, it's all Craigslist weirdos that, you know, that just want to get laid. But, you know, it's actually it does work. And for your website, the divorce thing, do you find people? Like, the main advice I would give, though, is not carrying the baggage from the past relationship into the new one. I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah. And, you know, that's why you make that list. And I recommend burning the list. Burn it, bury it, whatever you want to do.
Right, like write down all your baggage and then like burn it.
Move on.
Throw it out of an airplane. My friend did that. She threw her list out of an airplane. She jumped out of an airplane and like wrote a list and like threw it in the air.
It's so hard for people, though.
But
they just can't let it go. They think like the stuff that happened to them in the past is going to happen to them with the new person that they're with.
It's hard to get rid of that stuff because you literally, your brain becomes wired, you become trained to think a certain way that every guy's going to treat that way or every woman's going to treat the same way, and they don't, which is something that you are working on.
What? No. Not that.
I think you need to.
And I hate to use this as an example, but it's such in the public eye that it's perfectly what we're talking about. But on the Jersey Shore, there's
for a moment, we have to give him this.
Divorce dating tips does not advocate the Jersey Shore.
No. But there's this girl, JWoww, who's actually the least craziest one on there. She's dating a guy, but she has such bad past history of like dating like crazy screw up dudes that it's affecting her current relationship, and her current man like called her on it. Is like,
you know, I've heard that, you know, the mind is a better follower than a leader.
Yeah.
And it's hard, like getting in that space where you're actually controlling your thoughts.
Exactly.
Because you move through it. It takes a little bit, you know, whatever you need to do. You meditate, whatever the process is. Yeah. And you get rid of those types of thoughts and you slowly like begin to open up, because when you're feeling good about it, it's seamless. Like, you're just going to meet people and it's going to be great. You're going to have fun with it. And it's supposed to like, oh, I'm thinking, like in the email she was saying, should I bring up my divorce?
Right. I was going to ask you that because that comes up a lot. People like think it's this horrible thing that they went through and that everyone's going to judge them. And I don't think that people judge on being divorced. Maybe some people do, but I mean, you shouldn't judge on someone being divorced. Do you?
The only things I would want to know if a girl told me that she was divorced, are you still in contact with that person? Is there something that you're going through, like, I don't know, alimony checks or something like that? Or do you have a child with this person? You know, there's a lot of things.
I would say to wait on, you know, like don't throw it out there on your first date or even when you're chatting online. You know, there's no reason to do that. You know, build a little chemistry first and see how it's working.
Exactly. You don't need to share all that stuff at the beginning. In fact, I always say you should never talk about your past relationships on a first date. Ever, like whether you love them or hate them. My best friend's my ex. I hate my ex. Whatever it is, you shouldn't even bring it up. Like, get to know the person you're sitting across from. The past doesn't matter. Like, talk about your interests, your mutual interests, whatever's going on in your life currently.
I do want to know this information though. Like, eventually.
Maybe third date.
Yeah, but the only thing I would be hesitant with is, you know, if you still had a relationship with that person.
Right.
I don't know. That'd be kind of hard for me to go through. To be like, oh, my girlfriend is talking to her ex-husband again, you know?
Yeah, but
it's like some people are cool because I know that you have relationships like that all the time, and it's great.
I'm friends with all my exes. Like,
I'm friends with my exes.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, you got to think about the other person that you're with and how they feel.
No, that's true. You always got to check in with them about that. So, how do you? So you really advocate like finding the right dating site and how to meet women online. So how do we start with? What do you do? How do you find the right site?
Yeah, there's hundreds, thousands of sites.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah. You know, if you're just general, it's good to go to some of the bigger players. I used a bunch of sites, and I'm currently on several. I use one of the interesting sites is speeddate.com. They because you can do like they have pop up little date windows, like chats you can do
it's like
right as you log in.
Speed dating online.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like speed dating.
Yeah, so that works well. And you know, but there's also specialties. There's all kinds of they have like religious concerns, or you like a certain ethnicity, and so you can go to the specialty sites. Like
okay,
JDate.
Yes, I started there.
ChristianMingle.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the other one that there was the Mormon one that my friends were always on.
Just for fun? Are they Mormon?
No, they're Mormon. They're like, oh yeah, there was like a term for it. I forget what it's called.
Right.
But they like
UtahDate.com.
No, it was like 3 letters, and then that you would put in your profile so people would know that. Oh yeah, I'm
the code.
Yeah, it's the code that I'm a Mormon. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. There's a code. Okay. So you talk about in your video that you have like a little intro video on your website or a big intro video. You talk about regaining confidence and loving energy.
Yes.
Menace is going to love this. But loving energy. Oh. I thought you were going to judge me on that. What do you think? What is that exactly? What do you mean? How do you gain it? You think because you've lost it and you need to bring it back because you're probably feeling insecure and beating yourself up and
all that. Yeah, it's tough to go through a divorce. It's tough. I mean, anytime you leave a relationship where you're with somebody and you really cared about them and, things kind of deteriorate, and especially if there's infidelity or something really bad happens. So, just it's focusing your energy, just, doing those things, making that list, throwing it out, meditating.
Talk to me more about the list. You keep bringing up the list. Okay, so I want to write a list. I just got divorced. What do I write down first?
Don't
whatever
trust
you're
them
feeling.
Hoes.
Don't trust.
Don't trust them hoes.
I hate so and so. You broke my heart.
Prenup.
Yeah.
Never again. Yeah. I'm sorry. Whatever, all the stuff that you need to get out of you, like
Just
all this.
purge it all online. Right.
Yeah.
Write it all down. Okay.
You bitch. I mean, sorry.
Whatever it is, get rid of it and then get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then get it all out. Talk to your friends. Go to therapy. I always advocate therapy after everything, but after divorce for sure, therapy is really healthy to figure. Because if you're not sure. I have a lot of friends who've gone through breakups and they're like blaming their husband or blaming their, wives. And I think it takes 2 to tango, as my mom used to say. My brother and I were fighting. She'd be like, it's his fault. She's like, it takes 2 to tango. Anyway, whatever. The point is that you do have a part in why the demise of the relationship. So the people who are just blaming my crazy ex-wife or my crazy ex-husband, and they haven't looked at what their part is, I think that's such an important key is to really go deep and be like, okay, well, maybe I could have been more loving or spent more time at home or made more of an effort, right?
I find that when I'm dating, no matter what I do, actually, it's like if I'm in a good place and I'm not focused on negative things will just flow. Like I'm saying things to women, I'm like, whoa, where'd that line come from?
Exactly.
Not that it's a line, but it's all natural.
You got to just get out of all that negative. So maybe you're not ready to date yet if you're still in anger, hate mode. And so by writing it down can help or therapy can help. Okay, so you talk a lot about the do's and don'ts of online dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this goes into some of the things you do, like setting up profiles and your profile photos. I've signed up as women just to kind of do research and kind of have fun, see what happens. And you see a lot of pretty lame photos online.
I agree. My friend, so I was out with my friend the other night and she's like, oh my God, my brother is dating online and OkCupid. And he came to me and said, he said to me, Shelley, can you look at my profile and tell me what is wrong? I am sending out all these emails to women and nobody is answering me. I'm not. And she's like, well, let me take a look at it. Let me take a look at your picture. It's a picture of him dressed as a zombie for Halloween with blood coming down his face, and he thought that would be funny.
Funny is huge. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to be funny when you're on your profile, when you're posting photos, but
that shouldn't be your main photo.
Yeah, put that on the last.
So anyway, that was one thing that I was like, oh my God. She's like, thank God he showed me. She's like, that's why he's not getting any responses.
Yeah.
You're a zombie. He's like, well, I think the right girl would find that. But no, so what are the more we OkCupid, we had the founder on a few weeks ago of OkCupid, Sam Yegan, and he was saying there's certain ways that they've done this study, how women should be always looking right at the camera and men should be looking away from the camera. Have you heard about this?
I have heard of the studies.
Okay, so what do you think about profile pictures? Do you have a theory?
My theory is edit them.
What do you mean?
Light editing, not too crazy, but get a good photo made or, have a good photo that you have taken previously and just do a little light editing. You could use all kinds of software.
Right.
Doesn't have to be a big deal. Bring out the contrast a little bit. Make sure features kind of pop. Show the musculature in the face.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but when I see you in person, you're like, damn, where's the contrast?
Exactly. There ain't no contrast here.
It's gone.
You don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Definitely
don't overdo it, but don't underdo it.
They call them
either.
the MySpace angles.
I've been on dates where I had my phone loaded with her photo because I never met her before, and she walked in and I was like, "Is that you?"
Right,
yeah,
right. That's a bummer, right? Mm-hmm. So don't overdo it. Okay, what about the do's and don'ts of a first date?
First date, I would say the first thing to do is to do it during the day if possible. and do something fun like on the weekends. Like you do something fun together, like you got all these like happy chemicals floating, you're like enjoying yourself. And
yeah, they say that when you have like adrenaline on the first date, like that's really important. So you could do something kind of fun and maybe adventurous during the day. Like what would you recommend?
This is good because that's why I recommend online dating, is because you can read profiles of the people of the girls you're looking at. So you see what they're into, and then if you're into the same thing, you can choose, or
right. You're like, let's go
windsurfing, archery, snowboarding, whatever it might be. Something that's exciting and fun.
But I've heard also that you shouldn't just say like I like skiing and jumping and swimming and running and biking. Like you should make it more interesting the way you write your profile. So can you do suggestions for that?
Well. Yeah.
How do you not just say that? Like everyone likes hiking and swimming and running and biking. Yeah, I travel. I never do this.
I don't want to go hiking with a chick at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say a little prose. Write a little story. Tell a story about something.
Oh, that's a good idea. Write a story and integrate all of that stuff into your story, or pick out one of them. Like this time I was snowboarding and this crazy thing happened, and I saw a bear or something. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what about like so for writing a winning profile? Okay, you talk about screening a woman's profile and reading between the lines. I thought that was kind of creepy. No, not creepy, but that's interesting. So I mean, I think women are like, wow, you're reading between the lines. Like, what are some of the signs? What are the things that you read between a woman's lines?
Starting with the photograph, like, does she still look like that? We all want to post that picture that makes us look like we're like in our best shape and doing good things. And then what you write on your profile is your impression of who you think you are. And I think people put their best foot forward. So you have to be careful, and you ask yourself, okay, if half of what I'm reading is true, would I still date this person?
Right. Because usually does everyone lie in their dating profile like everyone lies on their resume?
Yeah, of course.
Lying, fudging the truth.
Fudging, not lying. Yeah. But they say everyone lies, everyone fudges their resume.
Yeah.
So read between the lines and what? What do you mean? Like, what if she says, like, is there anything like trigger words?
I like pets or like animals. Like she writes that a lot. Well, you might be okay if she has a cat or a dog, but she might be having.
She may have 25 cats. She's the crazy cat lady. Yeah.
I don't any chick with an animal. I mean, like a dog. No way.
Not gonna date a woman with a dog.
I would really, really have to like her. But if I'm halfway into her and she has a dog, I'm out.
Why? Because she has to always go home to the dog?
She has to go home to the dog. We've talked about this many times.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Having a dog. I have a dog.
She can't just take off for the weekend. There's dog hair everywhere. The dog is on me. I love animals, but I want to deal with animals 24/7 and let them control my life? She might as well just have a kid.
This is why you should date online. Right? So you can see that ahead of time. Yeah. Oh, animals, X, done.
Yeah. I can see it in their profile because usually the people that are like animal lovers.
If they're animal obsessed, they get her and her dog. Ew, her and her cat. Cute little picture of her and her fluffy kitty. What do you think about that? Pictures with their animals.
Same thing. It's like,
I think you shouldn't put a picture with your animals. Then you never get to date Menace.
Yeah, but then people would see that.
I'm not into the, I like kind of bigger dogs.
Yeah.
So if I saw like you with your like German Shepherd or something, I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, I have a little dog. I'm going to rule people out. I'm not putting my dog in the profile. Okay, what about the first message? First message to a woman.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Hey, what's up is great. That always works.
What up,
what's
yo?
Up?
So women are getting hundreds of emails.
Hundreds.
Can I take it to Pound Town?
You want to stand out.
You love sharing that story about all the time about how your friend got 45,000 winks and blah blah, right?
278,000.
Oh, great! You love sharing that story. Tell me what happens.
You just said I love sharing it. Why do you want to hear it?
No, but I just
no. My friend was on Match.com for like 2 years, and it tells you how many people viewed your profile, and it was like she's like 278,000 people have looked at my profile. Like that's insane. Like there's so many. Now that they've all messaged her, she didn't get 278,000, but it's just kind of like also your ego. You're like that and that. They didn't contact me, so it's kind of like they look at my picture. They didn't want to contact me. But what about the first message? Like there are some do's and don'ts. Like I've heard that you should just be like, you should never comment on a woman's looks.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't be like, hey, you're hot. Well, of course you think she's attractive. That's why you're emailing her. But don't say that in your first message. Pick out something interesting from her profile and be like, oh, I was in Nepal as well, and I did this, and that.
Yeah. Or make fun of them about something. They love that.
Start with the subject line. Yeah. Because, that's what she's seeing. She might close it, never respond to you. And, so a clever subject line, go to what her interests are. Like, if she's into surfing, be like, oh, I was out at Ocean Beach today, need a thigh high. Yeah, something like that.
I had this chick just like fall in love with me over the weekend because there was like all these guys around, right? And of course they're like all trying to pawn after her. And I just did the thing where she was like saying what her drink was. And she goes, "Oh, I want a vodka soda. You know, the trendy thing to get." I go, "Oh, that's very trendy of you." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "That's just the popular thing to get. That's not very interesting at all." And right there, she didn't talk to anybody else but me the entire time.
I know. You play the dick move, and then she the dissing.
Yeah, so like I don't know.
I don't recommend that.
If you generally have something,
You love talking about that too.
Yeah, I do love talking about it because it always works.
He thinks like don't pay attention to the hot woman in the room because everyone's hitting on her. You've heard that before, right? And you should kind of ignore her, and then she's going to come around.
I've heard that.
It works.
I find that sometimes.
Did you bang her?
What, the chick over the weekend?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because she's engaged. I'm not going to try to bang her.
Oh, well, that's why she
engaged
talked
chick.
to you too, because she's engaged.
Why didn't she talk to all the other guys?
Because you were funny-ish. Okay, so how do you ensure a second date? You said, like, what about the first date? You go on a first date? Or what about the first date?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, first date during the day, maybe do something fun. But how do you make sure that you get a second date? I mean, you can't make sure.
You can't
but
make
what
sure.
can you do to...
You got to end strong. Is what you got to do.
How do you make a strong ending?
This is all feeling it out. You know, you go on your date, everything's working out. Have a little backup plan, by the way, if it doesn't work out. Like if you know the neighborhood and she doesn't like the restaurant, you know, you didn't know she was vegan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, so go to a fun place, have a good time together, and then at the end, you know, end strong. If you're feeling a little bit of like that romantic energy between you. Now this is key because maybe you haven't kissed another woman in like 15, 20 years.
Right. Let's
So-
get into, we're going to get into the sex part too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, end strong, kiss. And, you know, maybe you're not feeling there, but so it may not go that far.
Yeah.
But just, you know, tell you had a great time and move forward. You're not guaranteed to get a second date.
I know. And then the thing with the kiss too, like I know I come off as a dick, but I try to be a gentleman at the same time. And the first date, I don't go in for the kiss, right? But women are such whores these days. They expect the kiss
No, they're not.
every single first date. And if you don't kiss them on the first date, then there's a problem.
I
Like,
think
they tell all their
I think if
girlfriends-
guys try on the first date, they're going to get kissed. I think that a lot of women do kiss on the first date, and I think it's good to go in for it if you're getting the vibes.
Yeah, but if you're nervous about it, then you can make it into a disaster. Like,
Right, you can be like, "Do you
you're
mind?"
oh,
Yeah, you do the weird shuffle
Yeah,
thing.
there's-
Oh, is it okay if I kiss you?
Yeah.
Women don't want you to ask them if it's okay to kiss them.
I know.
They want you to be
Don't ask.
confident.
Never ask.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
think that's hot if you just go in for it. Okay, what about sex then and getting back into sex when you've only had sex with one person for a long time? What do you tell people about getting back into sleeping with someone new?
So that's all about building that chemistry on that date. Like you're sitting there, get a little close, you know, kind of don't have to don't
Not
grip
a
the
creepy
person,
vibe.
not creepy,
Yeah.
but like get close, and you got to feel it out.
And you
know,
got
it's
to
not going
touching.
there.
They say touching
Touch,
is
a
really
little touch,
important,
yeah.
right?
And then you
if she
can feel
touches
that
you
build.
back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really important to build the pheromones and the chemistry to be touched. I don't mind if I'm out on a date if a guy touches me unless I'm totally not into him, and then I'm like, check, let's get out of here. Check, please. Okay, so and then so they haven't with anyone else, and then sex. What about like the first time? Like I would say, like just like our listener said, she's nervous, then she shouldn't do it yet. She's not ready.
Absolutely.
And just like ease into it. Like start by kissing. I have a friend who was married for 10 years and she literally waited like 3 months before, like 2 months before kissing a guy, or maybe it was a month before kissing a guy and like 3 months before sleeping with him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like the guy stuck around, they ended up being together 2 years, but there is no timeline or rush. You should never feel pressured into sex unless you want to do it. So I would just say like be kind to yourself. It is kind of strange being with someone else after you've been with one person for a long time, and just go easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on your, because it will come back to you. It's like riding a bike.
It's like riding a bike, but for guys, if you're thinking too much and you're too much in your headspace and you're thinking about your ex or whatever negative things, it can have a physical effect. So you have to make sure, like,
How do you
ready.
get out of that then? Do you like tell them to like meditate?
I meditate. I meditate. When my last breakup, I developed a mantra. I was like, always look forward. And anytime my thoughts strayed from that,
Yeah.
I would think,
I do
always
that
look
too.
forward.
I do that too. When I sit in the past, I'm like, move forward, go forward. Not even just with men, but with everything in life. Like when I'm obsessing about the problem or whatever, you just got to insert a positive thought. If you're having constant negative thoughts, you just got to like make yourself, like it's like a mantra, or it's like say 5 things positive. Like when I was little and I would ever complain about something, I would be like, okay, I'd like say, Mom, I hate this toy or whatever it is. She'd be like, I need you to say 5 things positive right now. And then I have to think of 5 good things. Like, okay, I have a bed to sleep in. I was so annoyed by it, but it's really true. Like you find yourself so bogged down with negative thoughts all the time that if you just kind of think about the good things in your life, and you can train your mind to like catch yourself because our mind is really hard to control. And that's what we started talking about at the beginning. Like it's hard to kind of change your negative patterns, but it's doable. We can do it.
Part of the process is because it's very interactive. So there's a lot of lists you're going to write, not just like writing out the negative and throwing it away, but like there's instructions to write a list about, validating yourself and writing things that are great about you.
This is
every
all
day.
in your series?
All in the series.
So it's divorcedatingtips.com and they could download it. They could stream it. Or you can send them a DVD?
No, it's just streaming.
Okay.
But it's $39.95, which is like the price of 1 month at a dating site. And that's for
nothing.
Unlimited use. And you get like technical aspects too. Like I'll show you on videos how to actually log in, set up profiles.
Oh, that's really good for people who haven't been online or dated online for a while. So you walk them through the entire, like everything we've talked about, you walk them through it.
And I have a little gift for your audience. If you go to the second page and you type dating into the coupon code, you get a nice discount on it.
Oh, dating, you get a discount.
Nice.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, David. I think this is really going to help people who are divorced, and for men and women, right? I mean, it's for men, but I know men have different issues than women, but overall, getting back in the dating pool.
It's a little bit harder for a guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you're doing a good service for men out there. DivorceDatingTips.com. David, thank you so much for being here on Sex with Emily. Menace, anything else you'd like to add to this information here?
No, just
to this life?
Just download Stitcher.
Download Stitcher.
And listen to the show and stream it for free.
And something else that you have to do is go to Good Vibrations. You can actually, if you're in the Bay Area, you can walk into a Good Vibrations store, and they're awesome. They're like very sex positive. They'll help you with anything. You can go in there with any problem, any issue you have sexually speaking. I want a vibrator for this, or I want to tie up my boyfriend or my girlfriend, and they've got everything there for you. And their friendly staff can walk you through it. But you can also, they have an amazing online site which is goodvibes.com. And they're giving an amazing offer that if you use coupon code GVEmily15, you get 15% off anything at Good Vibrations. And they only sell the very best stuff. So check them out as well.
Cool. You have the coupon code up at sexwithemily.com.
It's up at sexwithemily.com too. Right. Just go to sexwithemily.com and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Sex with Emily. So thanks everyone for listening to the show. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com.